Have you ever 3D printed something, gone to make a silicone mold, it looks like it cured great, and then you get a gross, ugly, liquidy mess? If you have, this is the experiment that you can stick around for, and it might answer some questions. Welcome, sorcerers, to my 2-week long experiment inside my laboratory to figure out some info about cure inhibition. For this experiment, I started with a set that was completely unsanded, and then I had some that I sanded the exact same day that I printed them, and then I had one more set that was unsanded, and I was going to sand it day of. And the goal here was to test time from printing and curing versus when you sand. So basically they all got sanded down to a green Zona paper amount. This is my same day as molding sand. And then I just used little condiment cups, chopped out the bottoms, and used that as my molds. So they were pretty easy and simple to make. All of these were printed on the Elegoo ABS-like white resin. And they were printed in 14-day, 10-day, 7-day, and 3-day segments with the different sanding types, and then a single day of print. And the silicone used for these is a platinum cure extra flexible BB Dino silicone. So that is what I used for this. I got them all set up. I didn't bother with a pressure pot on this, but they did all get a lid on the top before they were left to cure. So after these cure overnight, I will be able to show you guys the results. After a 24-hour wait, we're able to pull these guys out and start checking to see what happened with these items. So if you look, it seems like the top and the outside edges are, for the most part, they're cured, right? They look great. They're firm, they're solid, and then as soon as you get to the die itself, you get Nickelodeon TV show slimed. It is just, it's gross, it's wet, it is not cured at all. And if you look inside the mold, like, the numbers didn't even show up. So this is a really good baseline. This was the day of print and put in silicone. So this is what we're trying to avoid. Moving on from here, we go to the pieces that were printed 3 days before being put in a silicone mold. So these are going to start with the unsanded version. And you can see that it's not great, but it's all right. Some of the sides are actually fairly clear, but it definitely still is very wet. The silicone did not fully cure. You have some numbers sort of in there, but it's not going to be great. And it is still pretty slimy inside. As for the two that were sanded, I was really surprised one of them seemed quite a bit cleaner, and I'm not sure if that'll continue, so let's keep an eye on it for the next couple sets. So these ones had been printed a week before they were put in this silicone, and still not great. You've still got some wet silicone, especially in the numbers. The numbers are much more defined, but you definitely have that cure inhibition still, and the sanding didn't seem to do too much for these guys in comparison. You then have the 10-day previously printed sets, and you can definitely see an improvement. There is still some cure inhibition going on here, but not nearly as much. And the sanding, again, doesn't do too much. It seems pretty comparable for the most part. And then we finish off with the 2 weeks ones, which for the most part look pristine. So they're just gorgeous. They're clean, they're clear, the mold has a really defined shape and numbers, exactly what you're looking for. So my conclusion is this: you just need time. I would recommend a little bit more than 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks, 3 days-ish. Sanding doesn't seem to do too much, but it's not going to hurt anything. So hopefully this helps, and if you have the time, do it this way, it's cheaper.